Homies, today we've arrived at our new home, and we're gonna get some gangsta stuff going in our new empire here off the coast of Malibu.
And we're gonna tell the story of our adventures in the off-season. Oh, and we have a new castmate, I guess. It's kind of fun.
Wow. It's time for the season premiere of the Tussle.
Aw yeah, let's light it up here on the Tussle. Broadcasting from the SS Booyah, anchored off the coast of Malibu, it's time for the Tussle with PDCP
And GCGC.
Throw it down. Booyah! Yeah, ha ha ha, California.
Whee!
Matt likes to rap, but his lyrics are crap. Booyah. Season 5, Episode 1. Matt and Hazmat. Yeah, homies, we're back for Season 5. Damn, who'd have thought this crap would go this long? Some say that we're well past our prime, some say that we should disappear. But I assure you, my friends, we're gonna stay. And homies, let me tell you, despite the many Coast Guard warnings that we are blocking vital shipping lanes, the SS Booyah has a beautiful new spot on the Malibu waterfront. Word.
It's been a wild few months since we picked up anchor from Seattle, and now we're here to tell the story.
But before we begin, tell them about our escape from the angry hobos in Seattle, GC.
We pulled up anchor and threw some spare wood overboard, which distracted the angry hobos while they decided to focus on lighting the wood on fire and spray painting it with graffiti. And just like that, we set course for international waters. Whee!
And after that, that's where the real adventure began. Well, let's throw it on over. Story time.
So after leaving the Seattle proper, we sailed up the Coopville Ferry Terminal, where there just happened to be an empty parking lot for our yacht. Nice. Some white and green boat kept telling us to get out of their terminal, but we needed supplies. So after a very odd shopping trip on some island full of military dudes, we went to our next destination in Port Angeles, where, just like before, we found a nice parking spot, and this time some red and gray boat kept blowing its horn at us. But after a nice long day of shopping, we decided to head for the open seas.
From there, we ended up sailing the wrong way down the Columbia River into the Portland metro area. And we were in a hurry, so we ended up speeding through and hit some kind of major highway bridge, which people were pretty ticked off about. With the damage incurred by hitting the bridge, we decided to park in the nearest shipyard and demand repairs at the barrel of my Cuervo Super.
Then we set sail back the way we came, and after about a month lost at sea, we ended up at the coast of Fukushima in Japan. It was pretty empty there, but we stayed in some empty houses for a few days. And since then, we've had some kind of weird sunburn. Sure hope my skin stops peeling.
I'm sure it will. These suntans, they make us look swag anyway, so it's all good. So after that, homies, we continued down the coast of Japan, A few days later, we kept having some guys yelling at us in Chinese on the radios, and they kept flying over us with fighter jets. Whoosh, whoosh, ba-boom. One of them even spoke English and called us capitalist American pigs. They told us to get out, and that we did, fearing an international incident.
We continued on and arrived on the coast of Vietnam, where we hiked through the mountains and found a crazy guy named Todd, who claimed he had been living there since some big war or something, and that he'd never gone home. Todd was cool though. He taught us some really neat fighting tricks and how to fight something called the Viet Cong. And then we all gave each other American flag tattoos and were on our way once more.
After that, we continued along the coast of Southeast Asia, and we arrived in Bangkok. And after a long night clubbing, GC ended up with a few women that he was a bit confused about how that works. But hey, I told him it was 2023, and that's awesome, and to go have fun. He did, and I'm pretty sure that after that, at least one of his balls finally dropped.
I don't know, PDCP.
I don't feel much different. So we were once again sailing on our way when we ended up off the coast of India. We were told by their Coast Guard that there was an island we weren't supposed to visit. But we're G's, so we told them to go away and get to steppin', and went to visit this really neat island. When we first arrived, they were throwing spears and shooting arrows at us. But after a few hours, they got tired, we landed, and they awkwardly welcomed us. We taught them the ways of being gangster, and they seemed confused but receptive. Then I sneezed on one of them by accident, and they started sneezing too, so we got out of there. Oh no!
And then we arrived at our next destination, after being caught in many storms. And upon doing so, a small boat with about 10 guys armed with AK-47s tried to board us. We were in Somalian waters, and the pirates were coming, homies. However, GC being a pirate now too, much like myself, he grabbed his daddy's fencing sword from the armory, and I grabbed the good old Cuervo soaker, and we sent those pirates back to where they came. Booyah.
We hightailed it out of there and headed south, really far south, and it got really cold with a lot of ice. And we were wondering where everyone was. After nearly a month running out of food and fuel, a rescue ship came by and told us we were in Antarctica. I was so pissed off. So they guided us back in the right direction, give us some supplies, and all was right again.
Hoping to finally arrive at our Southern California destination, we sailed for days and days, but it turned out that we had actually sailed in the wrong direction and arrived in Sydney, Australia. So we decided, heck, why not have some fun? We went off-roading in the Australian outback, we explored the land before us, and the night before we left, we attended a show at the Sydney Opera House. Singy, oh, homies.
We left Sydney and finally headed east. After about 7 days, we saw palm trees and were sure we'd finally made it. But then we were kidnapped by cartel warlords because we had accidentally sailed to Nicaragua. We negotiated with their cartel, sending most of the valuables on the Booyah, and were thankfully released. Then, after we got back on board, I used this boat's weapon system and launched a tactical missile strike on their headquarters. Whee!
Damn, GC, I didn't know you had it in you. But even though, we're probably bordering into some form of war crimes now, so I think we should wrap this up.
They got what they deserved. No one steals my parents' yacht and gets away with it. Whee!
Finally, we headed north and ended up back in Seattle because GCGC fell asleep at the wheel. So to play it safe, we stuck right along the coast this time, and we were getting yelled at over the radio by a lot of container ships and oil tankers for going in the wrong direction. But we finally made it here to our new home in Southern California, broadcasting off the coast of Malibu.
Hello, Catriots! This is our first meeting together on this Tussle show, and boy am I excited. What? Who writes this crap? Either way, today we have a big problem. The demasculinization of our children by these indoctrination centers they call schools. And with their drag queen overlords running the show, we have to ask ourselves, how do we resolve the product? We resolve it with today's product. Yes, that's right, Avatar children's books. This collection of books will teach your children the ABCs of being straight and masculine. And for the little girls, it'll teach them how to cook and clean how it should be. The entire collection is being sold for the low price of 7.73 Multiverse X coin. Buy it today or watch your children turn into ungendered MX potato heads.
Damn, homies. I don't know why AJ paired this goof up with us, but hey, profit is profit, money is money. Now to finish out today's show, we're going to interview a guy who's a real scumbag, who likes to harass the homeless and spout classless bigotry when confronted about it by a friend of the show, Furry Potato. So begrudgingly accept VideoMattPresents to the show. Welcome to the Tussle, Matthew Duncan Wilson. Now you should know that a staple of the Tussle is that we invite the most controversial figures and ask the real, tough talk questions. I guess my first question to you is, what motivates you? What makes you the type of person that you are?
Thank you for having me, PDCP. Give me a second. I need to light up some chronic. It's a big part of my life. However, though sadly with me being broke AF, I have to do some nasty things to buy my herbs, if you know what I mean. My Uber Eats salary only goes so far and well. My wife is an expensive, demanding bitch. The rest of the money goes to buying my followers on TikTok.
Buying your followers on the TikTok. I could see that. While that is an interesting take, I am looking for you to tell me what makes you tick, and what deep down mental state makes you harass the homeless and act like a complete bigot.
Daddy issues and excessive consumption of right-wing media, coupled with some feelings about gender and sexuality that I haven't been able to explore my entire life due to the stereotypes of being a supposedly straight, white, cis man. It's welling up inside of me so badly I have no outlet, and sometimes I want to just take a pair of hedge clippers and lop that thing off so badly.
God damn, man. Are you safe at home? Does your wife hurt you? This is really intense.
Is it wrong that I'm scared to answer that?
Very much so, my homie. But remember, this is a safe space here. Something I think that you haven't had in a very, very long time. And I want you to know that me and DC are here to support any life decisions you make after today. Booyah.
You really are a genuine dude, PDCP. Thank you for that. As for the question about my wife, yes, she beats me on a daily basis. Sometimes it's with the iron, sometimes the flogger, sometimes with a cast iron skillet, and some days just with the power of her angry Italian fists. When she doesn't get any views on her YouTube channel, she takes it out on me, horrendously.
So Maddie, my boy, have you ever had any past loves, stories that you wish to share? Dish up the tea.
Yes, in fact I do. This is a story about lost love.
Me and that girl are friends. Before I got married, you know, she wanted to marry me, and I said no. Her name is
Chris Bynum, also known as CCW or CC Dumbs.
She owns a ranch. Her parents are very wealthy, and I don't know, her and I, we just didn't get along, and so I broke it off with her, and now 8 years later, here she is just trying to spread lies about me. That's the truth about all of this. And then years later, after I'm married and happy with kids, I go to the Griffith Observatory, and she's there with her friends on the horse, and you know, she didn't like seeing me there. She was upset that I was happy and that her and I didn't work out.
But it ended poorly, and she was the one who got away due to society's norms. Now she spreads lies, and people are trolling me on TikTok.
Haha, homie, the TikTok is nothing but trolls. But tell me that story and how it affects you emotionally.
Why? Why are you guys so mean on TikTok?
This message is for everybody who's harassing me. Can you guys please just leave me alone? I didn't do anything wrong. I was trying to look out for the people. and you guys wanted to come hurt me.
Listen up, all you TikTok trolls. I go by white
Power. And that power is what keeps me strong. So I made a video about all of the trolls on TikTok. And guess what, PDCP, it went viral.
I want to say thank you to all the love and support out there over the last 24 hours after the video went viral.
Alright, Matt. Let us get inside that head of yours some more. Let's do word association. I say a word and you say the first thing that comes to mind. Let us begin. Homeless.
Scum.
Marriage.
Hell.
Furry.
Yummy.
Wife.
Dateline LOL.
Murder.
Wife.
Any upcoming appearances you'd like to plug?
I'm going on the No Jumper podcast on Tuesday.
Although everyone in my life is telling me that I should jump.
Damn, homie. That's kinda dark. But I want to go back to the homeless thing. Since you hate them so much, what would you like them to do to try to fix their situation and make things better?
Well, I would like the ones who live under a bridge to jump off of it. The ones who live near the train tracks to sleep on the tracks. I want the ones who sleep along the LA River to be drowned and washed away in the pure filth that they created. Because that is my ideal world, PDCP, a world where white is right. There is only Adam and Eve, and survival of the fittest is the modus operandi.
Wow. Can we say sociopath? Maybe a bit homicidal?
Well, that's how I was treated by my dad growing up, spending all of those hours alone, locked in the shed, trapped in my own mind, with the thoughts of not being who I really am. And then when I express those thoughts, getting flogged for sometimes 5 to 8 hours a day. I will return that to those less fortunate than me 100-fold, no 1,000-fold. That's logic, bro.
Matt, what would you do or think if you ended up homeless one day, my guy? I mean, you live in a dump with a woman who is rumored to have overstayed her visa. And you're an Uber Eats driver, which isn't exactly aspirations in life. And you're also a fake rapper. What would you do? Would you want to terminate yourself if you were homeless?
I would expect to be taken in by anyone. Becoming homeless would free me from the world of holding that my wife has put me in. I would probably be thankful for that part at least. However, since I am a valuable asset to society, I would expect to be taken in by anyone I commanded it from. Then I would live on their couch, eat their food, and practice the great peanut butter techniques of CCW on their dog, cat, or hell even their bunny. I am Los Angeles royalty and expect to be treated as such. Booyah, respect.
Whoa, 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 homie. That is my line. Do it again, and some dark stuff will happen to you. Don't make me get my Dybbuk box. Last time we opened that thing, GC over there paid a terrible price.
To this day, I still have a taste for arugula, even though I don't know what that is. Shalom and booyah, wee!
Let's do this. Yeah.
They didn't mess with me. They cut off my dick and my balls. They didn't mess with me. They cut off my dick and my balls. They didn't mess with me. They cut off my dick and my balls.
The rap comes later, homie. I know you have some stuff you want to cope with and get off of your chest, and I promise you, we will get to that. But let's stay on track here, my guy. So, my boy, I hear that you have a beef with friend of the show, Furry Potato. How does that make you feel? And tell me, what is the origin of that?
All this negativity you're throwing is actually making
Me firmly erect. Just like Furry Potato does. My God, I want to tap that so badly. Furry Potato yummy. So basically, I was going around town destroying homeless camps and bullying them for being in that situation because I'm that hardcore like that. And then Furry D Street and Ice Cold came after me on social media, and I don't know why. Then they came to my house and served me with court papers which I burned up. Smart thinking right there. If they are burned, it doesn't exist. I want to say to Furry D Street and Ice Cold,
Thank you guys again very much.
this is probably the most attention I've had in years, and I really need it, man. I thrive on it.
So, Matt, since your wife basically has you at her mercy, hold if you will. Is any of it kinky, my boy? Can you tell me some if it is? I'd love to hear about it. Booyah.
Well, my wife makes the rules, and she says,
No loitering, smoking, soliciting, skateboards,
rapping.
rollerblades? What is this, the 1990s?
Rollerblades? How in the hell do you use those in the bedroom, homie? I mean, I have some ideas, and I've seen some really hardcore stuff, but I imagine there would be severe balance issues at a minimum. Hey GC, what do you think of rollerblades for El Coito?
I've already tried it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Whoa, that's, surprising. So Matt, have you seen anyone use rollerblades? For that?
I've been in LA for 8 years. I have not seen
one person riding around on rollerblades while having sex, but man, I would be jealous if I did. The jealousy is so intense, sometimes I just want to pop it out in the middle of a Planned Parenthood and just go kablamo on everyone in there. But alas, I'm stuck with my wife. However, when you bring up rollerblades, and that makes me sad. I bet you didn't know that I used to be a rollerblading champion. I used to be known as Noisy White Skates.
Noisy white skates? Huh? Okay, I bet that worked out for you. So any other things you've done, seen, or would like to do in the bedroom with your wife?
we're more likely to see somebody on a hoverboard.
Speaking of hoverboards and other things that were big in the 80s, Michael J. Fox is getting more shaking than I am in the bedroom.
At least you're honest. GC over there is probably getting more than you. Ha ha ha!
Yes, I am. Wee.
Matt, my guy. Time for the big real talk question here. The money. How do you get paid? Do you have any money-making schemes that we could borrow from you?
Me? No, just Uber Eats. I haven't aspired for much. Plus, it's free food when they don't tip, or I am just in a bad mood. My friend, however, makes a lot of money, but he's mad at me for being a weak waste of life. So the last time we talked, I was like,
Yeah, you're getting paid, bro.
you know what, man? The LA County coroner really ticks me off.
This guy's mad at me, he's getting paid. He's getting paid to pick up bodies.
But we all know what he's really doing with them, and that Russian necrophiliac sex trafficking ring.
I don't get paid, bro. I don't get paid. That's the thing. I don't get paid for my videos. I'm not like these guys out here for clicks and views.
I'm out here because every minute of every day, I feel like there is a girl deep inside of me yearning to come out, yearning to be free, that I am not who I pretend to be, and I'm in too deep to change that now. I'm scared, PDCP. I'm scared of what my mind is doing to me.
Well, Matt, it is 2023 after all, and being whatever you are inside, that's perfectly okay. Unless you live in Texas, Florida, and a slew of other fascist southern red states. But back on track, you seem to have a lot of daddy and wife issues. Is there anything you would like to confess? Do you cry during sex?
Well, yeah, I do cry a lot while having sex when she actually lets me take off the cage.
They were so nice before. It's really all those things that you pictured in the movies and pictures. It's not that now. It's nothing like that. It's the complete, actually, opposite of that, and it's very sad.
I just want it to be like it was when Uncle Jimmy used to tickle me on the inside when I was 12. Those were the days.
Speaking of the old days, if we're getting nostalgic here, where are you from originally, my boy?
I was born in Mentone, Texas, one of the meanest towns out there. But when I was 9, we moved to Topeka, Kansas, where I became the biggest G in town. Or at least that's what Mom told me, but it was bad there. There was
drug use, people defecating on the sidewalks, gang affiliation, organized crime, violence. They say Wild West. It really is the Wild West.
You haven't known terror until you've been out after 7:30 p.m. in Topeka. 785 represent.
Well, that is all the time we have for this show. So on your way out, Matty boy, do you have any new quote-unquote music that you wish to plug? I hear you have a video for us.
Go check out my music, my latest single.
Whiny Little Bitch is available now from the street hustlers passing out CDs in front of the CVS on La Cienega and Sawyer in Culver City. I owe some really nasty big dudes a lot of money. And honestly, PDCP, I'm probably going to get my face smashed in one way or the other by Tyrone. So please buy a copy.
Thank you to everybody who's actually talking shit about my music.
Because that just means more people are pouring bleach into their ears to spare themselves from that hot trash that my wife makes me do, and then pass it off as actual music.
Alright, homies, after this interview ends, we're going to be premiering the new music video for Matt's new single, Whiny Little Bitch. So give the audience your parting words, my boy.
Well, thank you once again for having me, PDCP. It's been a true honor to be around two dudes as nasty as you, two of the most revered gangsters out there. Hopefully one day I will be down enough to join your crew, and on behalf of all of Los Angeles, we are proud to have you off of our coast, even if it does interrupt coastal shipping lanes. With that being said, let the beats flow.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Listen up, y'all. Let me tell you about a guy whose beats are weak and flows are dry. My name is Matt, and I'm a whiny little bitch. Always crying and complaining, never with a plan. I try to make music, but it's just a mess. No one wants to listen, they just want to rest.
Yeah.
Fucked by my wife, I can't catch a break. My beats are whack, no one wants to shake. Daddy issues haunt me, I can't escape. Uncle Jimmy's tickles, a memory I can't shake.
Yeah.
I'm always scared, I can't trust a soul. Memories of Uncle Jimmy, they take a toll. Tickling on the inside, it makes me sick. I try to push it down, but I still see his dick. My daddy left when I was just a kid, leaving me alone with Jimmy, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
Fucked by my wife, I can't catch a break. My beats are whack, no one wants to shake. Daddy issues haunt me, I can't escape. Uncle Jimmy's tickles, a memory I can't shake.
Yeah.
I need to get it together, I need to rise. I can't keep living my life with all these lies. I need to face my past and let it go, or else it'll keep haunting me. And I'll never know I need to work on my music, and make it tight, and stop whining, and start living life right.
Yeah.
Fucked by my wife, I can't catch a break. My beats are whack, no one wants to shake. Daddy issues haunt me, I can't escape. Uncle Jimmy's tickles, a memory I can't shake.
Yeah.
So there you have it, that's my story. I need to get it together and stop being sorry. Stop being a whiny little bitch and start being real. And one day, I'll make it big and I'll seal the deal.
Yeah.
Now it's time to bring this home. Let's bring down the house with my fresh beat flows. I'm gonna say a term that describes me, and lo and behold, that's what I be.
Yeah.
Hardcore,
Yeah.
gangster,
Yeah.
fresh ethnic beats,
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
homeless destroyer,
Yeah.
the new Fresh Prince of Los Angeles,
Yeah.
Lord of Society.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. By my wife, I can't catch a break. My beats are whack, no one wants to shake. Daddy issues haunt me, I can't escape. Uncle Jimmy's tickles, a memory I can't shake. VideoMatt aka white closeted transgender laying down the freshest ethnic beats. And I'm out.
Wow, this guy makes us look like good people. Go get him, furry. Take this fool down. We here at the Tussle always have your back. Respect! Well, homies, that wraps it up for our Season 5 premiere. We're back. We're jumping the shark even more as each year goes on. And coming up this season, we're going to have many, many adventures to come. Next episode, we're going to find out what happened to our old pal Destiny. So with that being said, see you next time. Boo! Yeah.
Eternal. Run out when things don't go to plan. I kinda lose my mind. I hope it's real. This life comes around.